It's not popping up.
I'm going to take Fancy with me. I'm going to run home and let Buster out. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hit refresh.
I just did.
You did? Okay. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds. There you go. Yes, we're live.
I can read the comments here too, huh?
Yeah.
This computer's going super slow.
Yeah, that's okay. Also, all the comments and stuff should be right here too, on that mini feed.
Where at?
Right there where it says mini feed on Streamlabs. So like a few seconds ago has followed.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'll get comments there too. So
I need to be down here.
yeah.
This is kind of weird watching this thing and it's delayed.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to What's Up with Nitro Dave. So this weekend we were at Lights Out in Valdosta, Georgia. It was an interesting week. We had a day of solid rain. We had a lot of humidity. The air was crazy, so we went from cold, and then there's a lot of people that were trying to guess the tune-ups and not blow up, because the air conditions there. This being our third episode, we're still trying some different equipment and trying to get things lined out. We're fighting through some small issues. They're saying it's laggy and low audio.
Laggy and low audio.
How do you fix that? Pennywise, is that laggy and low audio for you?
Sounds fine to me.
All right, I'm going to keep rolling. So, I'll get better and better at this, I promise. This is still my third week not having a voice. I did go back to the doctor again yesterday and got some medication. Evidently I had bronchitis. So, unfortunately, I had to keep moving. All right, so this weekend we battled weather conditions. There was some good racing. Friday we started getting some good racing in, and then Saturday the weather got really good, clear, not miserable is what I mean. And we did a lot of our racers did really well. Ray Kotz has been battling, so he runs Ultra. He's been battling some issues with just getting the car lined out. And basically he took a couple steps backwards and reloaded an old tune-up back in it. And the car went from running like 460s to four, I think it was a 447, maybe a 445 was the best pass. I'm trying to remember there. Either which way, he ended up runnering up. Remember, we got into the finals against Hull, which is a turbo car. And the turbo guys right now have been really hard to compete with, and with the current rule set in Ultra. I guess Ray got a little jumpy and he left before the light dropped, way before the light dropped. Then he got a little too excited. So he ended up doing runner-up, which is great. Ray runs one of our rail direct port kits that are designed for Ultra. Terry Wilson did really well. Terry Wilson has our Stinger 3 on the car, and I think he went to semis if I remember correctly. Keith Burse was out with Miranda Burse's car, and Miranda was at a kid's soccer or cheer competition, so I think it was her cousin driving. And they made a few laps, and that's another plate car. Kyla Hubbard really did better in Pro 275 than she did in Ultra. She battled some issues. Windshield caved in on her. They had to put a windshield in it. And the car was running good, just didn't get it together in enough time. I can't remember how many rounds they went, but they made a good showing. They're still picking at that car, and they'll get it there. Kenny Hubbard, her dad, what did he do? Runner up in LDR, semis.
Semifinals.
Well, there you are. There's my helper.
The elevator was broken. I had to
So-
take the stairs.
All right, so John's coming in. John keeps track of all the sponsorships. I was winging it without him. So Kenny Hubbard went to the semifinals in LDR. Jamie Hancock, first round of eliminations in LDR. The car shut off. The car was running strong. No, it was second round of eliminations. Man, the car is a beast, but it just shut off about 3:30. God, I know I'm going to forget some people. Who else?
What classes did you cover?
Talked about Ray Cox, Keith
Okay.
Barris, Terry Wilson.
You've got Brandon,
I haven't talked about Brandon yet. So Brandon was running
semifinals.
all steel, all glass. So Brandon McGee with his Camaro was running all steel, all glass, and he went to the semifinals, and that's a direct port nitrous outlet car. And then he had Flacco driving his no-time truck. It's got a little flow supply stuff on there, but it don't have nitrous. It's a twin turbo LS deal. It's a beast. It's a first gen S10, which everybody knows I love those. And they had to race each other like third round.
Mm-hmm.
So Brendan had to race his own truck. And I don't remember, something happened, but something happened with the truck. It went rich or something, and Brandon McGee took Flacco out to go into the semifinals. What happened in the semifinals?
He just outran.
He just got outran?
Yeah, he had a little stutter issue on the starting line.
Okay. So, who else are we missing? Billy Smith. So Billy Smith brought out his new LDR car, which is a pro-charged, I don't remember what size motor's in it. But man, this car is beautiful. And he has the Bruder brothers turning this car and tuning it. So Billy put together a crew that first pass down the track was first full pass. I can't remember what it ran. It was a 4:04, and then it went a 3. So in qualifying, Kenny Hubbard went like a 388, 389, and I think Billy went a 398. He went from being like 17th place all the way to 7th place. Man, and then within the second pass, and they fought some issues. They had changed some injectors out, which meant they had to chase the tune down for the new injectors. Had to modify the intake for the new injectors. But man, they really turned that down. That car is going to be a force to be reckoned with in LDR. He went out. I don't remember what happened why he went out. I don't know if he messed up or the car spun, or I don't remember. But wow, I was really impressed to see it turn around. They got a good grab on the car already. So he's currently parked the Ultra car that he was another nitrous out plate car, and he was the season champion last year. He parked it this year. I think he's going to go do some local shootouts around here in Texas in it. Some of the Texas Ultra that's starting up, and he said he was going to run that the Titan 450 class I put together. So he did really well. We're fishing to have Eric LaFerriere on. I can't say it right. LaFerriere, yes. With White Rice, they took first place in that 275, and so we'll let him talk about that. Don't let me forget Ryan McCain and DJ McCain. I think they went.
DJ lost in the semis.
They lost in the semis.
Yep.
And again, they were punching keys and and trying to stay on top of the weather conditions. He did have one backfire, turn the car around and fix it. He was also tuning Michael and Haley Hall's car. They ended up having burning up a cylinder and couldn't make it to. I can't remember if they even went first round of eliminations.
Yeah.
But I think they went first round and they battled some issues. So before we jump on the thing with Eric, I know I can't waste too much time. He's racing today at World Cup. I want to touch Kevin Hodge. Kevin Hodge this weekend. What did he win?
He was runner-up in True Street at, I forget the name of the event.
It's a no prep event. It's called Invent.
The NA Inverse or something.
Inverse, yes. And so Kevin's been killing it. He's somebody you need to watch. He owns the Zoloft car, and who's the driver of that car?
And the other truck was Sheldon, and he had one.
Okay.
Tailgate class.
Okay, you were in the tailgate class. They won like 28 events last year, so they're going to be somebody to watch this year. I'm excited to have them on board of the Nitrous Salad team. They're part of Black Sheep Mafia. For you guys that may be watching this and aren't familiar with Black Sheep Mafia, all those guys are killers. Brent Self is kind of like the OG that brought me in there, and he's been helping me work with Ben McCurry and Russell Stone, and I mean this whole crew is top notch people, and they're all badass. All right, so I know Eric's got a race, so let's bring Eric on and talk to Eric about his results this weekend.
Let's go ahead and hit.
You can hang out, John.
You can hit collab stream cam. Yeah. And then go down here and click that.
Right here?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I guess we'll wait for him to join. I texted him. But
Okay.
I don't know how his service is doing out there.
South Georgia Motorsports Park. Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're waiting for Eric to jump on here. South Georgia Motorsports Parks. Man, you guys are doing a bang-up job. It's not very often you see the owners working the gates and doing so much, making sure that the sponsors are represented well, the racers are taken care of.
Raul's my dog.
Yes. How do you say his name again? Raul?
Yeah, Raul.
Yeah. And what's his wife's name?
I don't know. I never met his wife yet.
Like how I put you on the spot?
Yeah.
But Raul, man, you blew me away with last year's live feed with the tractors running around with purges on it and the Nitrous Out Flow Supply stuff, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I was actually somewhere else and I seen that pop up, and I texted John and he goes, "Yeah, I've been working on that," and I was so proud to see that and seeing it again this year. Wow, you guys are awesome. I don't know if you know this, but I've came to Lights Out and No Mercy for probably since the second year, and I've only missed one or two races. One time because I blew myself up, and the other side was the very first father and daughter's dance, and I didn't want to miss that. This year, father and daughter's dance fell on the same time, and my daughter's grandpa took her, which I wish I could have been there, but trying to juggle both. So, are we still waiting on Eric?
Yeah, he hasn't read my text yet.
Okay, so
He's about the next sale.
he might be trying to figure it out. I'm going to keep rolling through here. So let's touch base on Eric for a minute. So Eric is the driver of White Rice. He also drives the new Pro Mod car that is part of Dewey Bowie's collection, right?
Mm-hmm. And the green car.
And that's WAZZUP.
Yeah, I think it's like it.
WAZZUP. And
Always speak English. I don't know.
and then the new car, the new old car, the OG car is coming back out, and I think he's going to do some no prep stuff. That was the original White Rice, and then they got Dirty Taco,
Yep.
which is the Toyota truck, and then they got. I might have heard a rumor that. Oh, I can't believe I didn't bring this up. Rob Valden, wow. So Rob was running. Not All Glass. What was the other big no time race? It was a big dog class. He put out both of Justin Swanstrom's cars, which are good cars. So I mean, You got Travis Harvey driving one. I think Justin drove the other. He put both of those guys out. So let me back up. So Rob just picked his car up from the chassis shop, drove it straight to Valdosta. You need the
Oh, no,
thing.
you're good. Yeah.
Drove it straight to Valdosta, and didn't even have his crew. Manny Majinga jumped in with his crew and helped them, and because they had some issues they had to work through. But dude, he ended up taking the win, and the car, it just, man, they just, he wasn't even expecting to do like this, and man, he pulled it together and he took the win. But I heard news that that's fixing to fall in Dewey Bowie's camp, and there might be some, obviously still owned by Rob, but I think Dewey's going to partner up with them. I hope I'm not speaking out of terms there, but there's been some gossip going around on Facebook, and
paint it white.
yeah, I heard they're painting it white, which is obviously Dewey Bowie, right? And I heard that they are no time 275 class. That's right. That's right. Eric Miglin, I'll be coming to see you tomorrow. No, I won't. I'm sorry. I'm going to SRP this weekend. I'll be coming to see you for what's the next event at Ennis?
Texas 2K?
Texas 2K. Yes. So he might have had to jump in the car and drive down.
Nah, he said he's getting on, but for some reason we're not getting the notification from him. I told him just to retry.
Okay, so
So
Eric's trying to get on. We're having some technical difficulties here.
hopefully within the next couple seconds he'll be on.
All right, so events coming up. So this weekend is Popeye's overdrive race. And so that's like some really fast overdrive cars, late model cars, right? And it's going to be at Stream Raceway Park. And then on Saturday, Coach is putting together a 490 class. And so I'm going to register orange juice in the 490 class. We took a bunch of jet out of it to slow it down, try to make it live. And I'm going to talk about orange juice after we have Eric. I'm going to give you a walk around and talk about the car and the changes and stuff. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So I'm going to HRP on Thursday, and we're going to test, and then we're going to test Friday. It's going to be the first time the car's been out. Madman, which is my chassis guy, is coming down, and he's going to keep me in line to get the chassis tuned. Mike from Sunshine will be there to work on the Nitrous tune, of course, with Mike Thompson. He always gives Mike and I direction. And then Roger will be coming to help, which is from here. You've seen Roger with me before. At the same time, we're going to have our event trailer out there. So if you want some new apparel or need some car parts, flow supply. The trailer's loaded with flow supply now. CO2 regulators and tanks, hoses, fittings. Of course, anything nitrous wise. Trailer accessories, we got it all. So now would be the time to, if there's something specific you want delivered to HRP this weekend, call the shop, 254-848-4300. Tell one of the sales reps, they'll put it on the trailer. Eric's still trying to get on?
Yeah.
So maybe this new app ain't that great. Can we go off the phone instead? No. Is it because he's got an Android?
Yeah. Well, it's not because he has an Android. I know it was a little buggy, but
Okay.
it's something on his end, but we're fixing it right now.
Definitely an Android.
So Eric, perfect. We'll see you at HRP this weekend. So after that, I seen Hell at Dale's the following weekend. That's going to be a good race, which is Evandale. So and then right after that is Texas 2K.
Texas 2K.
Yeah, and then we got Hood to Hood coming up. For you guys that don't know, I put together a class for Hood to Hood, and it's going to have the rules is very open. Basically, it's got a cap. We're going to pull a disc out of the bag. It's either going to be a 445, a 450, or a 460. And so that'll be the index. If you go any faster than that, you're out. But this is a great way of bringing a bunch of these ultra cars. We're not showing times, but we are accepting class cars and no time cars in the class. And so this will also be a great area for just cars in general that run between that 440 to 460 range that don't have a home. Everything right now is slow it down to 490 or go run 420s or 14s with these other classes. And there's a lot of cars that just can't do that, so they're staying at home. So check out Clash of the Titans 450. I'm working on it. Eventually, my goal is Ethan was really nice to let me put on an event here, kind of let me learn the ins and outs. It's a $10,000 payout with 32 cars, or it's $8,000 payout with 24 cars. So guaranteed at least 8,000. I hope I don't regret saying that. So you guys come support me, please. This is new. Hey, it's Eric.
What's up, Dave?
I guess we figured it out. Was that on our end?
No.
No?
We got it done.
All right. We're learning. So you are currently, where are you at?
I am at Bradenton Motorsports Park for the World Series of Pro Mod.
Now, when you left lights out and drove straight there?
Yeah, we burned the Midnight Royal and we got here.
And lights out wasn't, it was kind to you in the long run, but it was a brutal run to get to those finals, wasn't it?
We definitely had ups and downs. Everybody busted ass, and we got the win, I guess. The weather was pretty tricky. Went from 50 degrees in the afternoon and went down to like 35 at night. So
were you
it was a crazy time.
Were you adding fuel and taking timing out and trying to calm it down?
I'm sorry, Dave, I couldn't hear you.
So a lot of my nitrous guys I talked to, we were adding fuel and yanking timing out and hoping we pulled enough. Is that kind of where you were at too?
I definitely saw the nitrous guys saying a little prayer before they made a pass here and there. There's no doubt about it. That's tough conditions for those guys. For the boosted guys, you got a big advantage. Mother Nature's on your side, and you get an extra couple pounds of boost. It makes a couple extra horsepower. So it just, unfortunately, it gets you in trouble. Everybody doesn't like you on those nice days, but we struggle when it's the heat of the summer. So it's a give and take.
Yeah, we see it every year, and whenever you're not struggling, whenever you're struggling, nobody's saying anything. But whenever you're doing good, they're ready to knock you down a couple of notches, right? So tell us about white rice. What is it?
White rice is a pretty unique combination. It's obviously an inline-six import engine, factory Toyota 2JZ, high RPM engine. Per the rules, they allow us nitrous to spool and assist going down the track. We're allowed an 88 millimeter turbo, X275 spec turbo, lockup transmission, just normal stuff per the rule. When we first started with the combination, at least for myself, the guys from Texas, they've been racing that combination for years. They did very well. I got involved. It was something brand new to me, so we all collaborated and brought it to a higher level of racing, I guess is the best way to say it. It was hard at first, but we've kind of gotten the combination very reliable, and we've got tons of data. We've made literally 1,000 passes in the car in the last 5 years. So it's netted us pretty good results. But it's not easy. I don't think most people could run that combination. The owner of the car, Dewey Bowie, has been racing 2JZs his whole life. So he's willing to do whatever it takes. Lets us do whatever it takes. So that gives us an advantage. And the guys work very, very hard to maintain the car. We race with a factory Toyota head. It's very delicate. You can hurt it very easy, as everybody's seen. So, but it runs well. It's a very efficient engine.
I seen a post that y'all were taking the motor out without an engine hoist, like y'all were just lifting it out with a group of guys.
Yeah, that thing doesn't weigh anything. It weighs like 400 pounds or whatever it weighs.
Oh,
It
gosh.
doesn't weigh anything.
And of course, we tickle the combo with a little bit of nitrous outlet. We got to throw that out there.
Yeah, the biggest thing with nitrous outlet, when I first got involved with it, we had a little bit of inconsistency with the nitrous system that was on the car. We sought some help from you. We met you at PRI. I approached you and we talked about things. And the biggest thing that you offered us was good data. You flow tested our system. You gave us good data to run the system, guidelines, and it gave us tremendous consistency with using the nitrous system. That's the single biggest thing that we saw by switching to your company. Just the advice, the professionalism of the company, flow testing the whole system, and it's not just flow testing the nozzles or the nitrous system setup. You use the lines, the bottle, like every aspect of the system was redone.
Yeah, and it was great results, but it's only as good as the people using it. And you guys have.
Oh yeah, I mean,
y'all
it's
have
the
a
whole team. It's a
fantastic
complete team effort. It's from the companies that supply the parts to right at the track, everybody that's using it. We use the same exact setup on every 2JZ part in-house. We've got white rice, dirty taco. There's the new white rice junior. I think that's the name they're going with, but I'm not sure. Or the OG.
Yeah.
We've got a 2JZ Pro mod coming out, but every single car is identical with the exact same setups.
Which is cool
Just,
because you
the
got a
faster
bunch of
cars are going
data.
to utilize bigger turbos and different transmissions and stuff.
Now, I'm not going to touch base on exactly what Chris told me, but I was talking to Chris this weekend, which is in line with doing some of the tuning or all the tuning. But he actually taught me something this weekend, and I'm going to use that bit of knowledge he taught me on my car. So I'm going to be asking him some questions.
You cut out there for a second.
Okay, so I was talking to Chris up on the start line this weekend, and he actually taught me something from the tuning aspect. And what he taught me, I'm going to try on my car, so I'll probably be hitting him up with some questions.
I mean, it's always a two-way street. We all learn from each other, going back and forth and sharing knowledge, and it's helpful. And you might hit a home run on one thing, but you might fail on 9 things, so it's constant.
Right. So let's talk about leading up to the S275 finals. Just give us a quick, I know you got to get back to racing. Give us a quick brush through on your week and what the end result was.
Our biggest goal going into Lights Out 16 was getting the car back to the way we had it with consistency and just getting it to go down the track A to B. The weather conditions made that pretty tricky. It made it tricky for everybody. But the track conditions were phenomenal. I give the track a big props for keeping the track conditions safe and very consistent. So it allowed us to just keep making runs. We got a hold of it. We made a couple good passes. On Saturday night, unfortunately, a belt tensioner snapped off and broke, and the valves made contact with the pistons, and we had to change the engine. The guys worked all night long. We were all up till like 5 in the morning until Sunday morning, and we fired the engine up. We went into, I think it was E3 or something like that, against Ron Rhodes. Unfortunately, Ron had an issue and didn't go down the track. We moved on to the next pass, and we just kept going, kept following through.
And in the end result, what happened in the finals? Who did you race in the finals?
Chris Taylor, a very good competitor in the class, a turbo car, small block Ford. He's very consistent, but I think he had an issue the previous pass to us in the semis. He's very good on the light. He went 005, I went in 031, and we ran a pretty good pass. We went 408, and we got the win.
Perfect. So then you loaded up, and now you're at World Cup finals.
We loaded, Mike and myself loaded up, and we went down to Bradenton with the Pro Mod, and White Rice was loaded up with Dave and they headed back to Texas because they're thrashing right now back in Texas. They basically took everything out of the car. Engine, transmission, converter, rear end gears, get swapped to race at Texas 2K in 2 weeks in quarter-mile trim.
Wow. Yeah, it's always interesting to see y'all switch from one trim to another, and you guys always get a quick grab on it. Now, what car are you running at World Cup?
I'll probably be racing white rice, and I think our goal is to have a handle on the new 2JZ Pro Mod by World Cup.
Oh, I'm sorry. What are you?
At Texas 2K?
No, what are you racing this weekend? World of Pro Mods, right?
Oh, yeah, we've got the Emperor 69 Camaro Pro Mod here this weekend.
And now, what is that? What's the combo in it?
It's a Bickle 69 Camaro Pro Mod, and it's got a XRE Noonan Hemi engine in it with twin 88 precision turbos.
Now, this is the only one y'all have that's not a Toyota motor, right?
The other car that we have that's not a 2JZ engine is the Wasabi Supra. That's got a Hemi in it also with a Pro Charger.
That tells you how
We've
observant
got, like,
I am.
every
I've looked at that
combination
car
under
and I
the
didn't
sun.
know. That's awesome. All right, well, is there anything you want to throw out there before going back to racing?
I'll actually just want to say thanks for all your support. I mean, everything's been fantastic. We use all your products, from Nitrous outlet products to tools that you guys provide with tubing benders and crimpers and everything like that. And all your fittings, the fluid fittings are fantastic. I mean, every product you guys sell is proven. All the racers that are under your umbrella, I'm sure have provided feedback, and you've improved your products constantly. So
we're still working on
customer service and product support has been #1 in our book. So you guys are a big help in our corner, that's for sure.
Well, I appreciate that. Now, you got one question. The guy asked, what is the minimum weight for your combination in S275, and did you set a class mile per hour record? You've actually set a few records with that car.
Last year we ran 403 at the Battle of the Thrones at, I forget what it was for mile an hour, like 184. A couple times, and it happens to a lot of competitors, you race at different tracks and you get mystery mile an hours, but I always look at the EPs. At the Lights Out 16 race, we went 408 at 185, but back split and stuff was pretty much the same as what we've always run. But, I mean, the weather conditions, if you didn't pick up like 3 miles an hour in the weather conditions that were there, I don't know what to say. I mean, we're going to get beat up for running that type of mile an hour. I'm not surprised it picked up. I mean, why wouldn't it? If the weather conditions were negative 1,800 feet below sea level, it's just the way it is. On a little engine like that, you get an instant 6 pounds of extra boost that just comes from Mother Nature. You're going to go faster.
Yeah.
So, I unfortunately, for a strictly nitrous car, it's probably a dangerous situation for them, but it's just the way it is. You give and take in different aspects of conditions.
Now, he asked, what is your class weight?
Our class weight right now currently is 29.25. We were given a 50-pound weight penalty previous to that race, but I'm sure we're going to get another little kick in the butt.
Did that weight increase add some trickiness to getting the chassis right?
Yeah, it throws for a loop at the beginning, but we got a handle on it.
I watched Ryan McCain struggle with Michael Hall's car. They had changed shocks and everything from that 50 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, we've tested in a million different configurations, so we kind of had an idea of what we needed to do. I knew someday that something was going to get added to the car. It's just the way it is. You try to keep parity in the class. So we were kind of ready for it.
Well, we get it. Now, will you be going to Battle of Thrones?
Absolutely, unless they throw another 500 pounds on us.
So that'll be at Rockingham. And
yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but AJ and Dan are good friends of mine. Like, me and Dan go way back.
Oh, they're great people over at Rockingham. They've done tremendous things at that track in the last couple of years, so it's exciting to go there.
You know,
we hadn't raced there in, 10 years plus. Getting back there last year was a lot of fun and exciting.
You know what's sad is I haven't been able to make the track yet. I haven't been, because every time it's stacked up with somewhere else. Like coming up, Battle of Thrones, I'll be at Jake's race, and then
I know.
and then what else is coming up? Streetcar Bragging Rights is going to Rockingham. That's going to be huge, and Bobby Crux putting on a race at the track that I actually flipped at, which is Prescott. So my guys are going to take the vending trailer to Rockingham, and I'm going to go to Prescott and run my car.
That's pretty awesome. We're kind of disappointed that the 2 races between Rockingham and Jake's race
That should have never happened.
Jake's race is an unbelievable experience. We really like to be there, but we're in the points series, so we can't really skip that.
I actually questioned quite a few people this weekend which one they were going to, and several of those answers was it depends on how I do at this race. But then some of those tuners have customers there, and they gotta make money instead of So it's those 2 races should have never been stacked on each other. Should have never happened.
I agree. I mean, I'm sure it's a tough situation for all the promoters to constantly juggle that. So I'm sure they do the best they can, but that was a tricky one.
Yeah. So a lot of racers are torn on which one to go to. So I know you got to get back to racing, and we're rooting you this weekend to put it on them, and I'll be following your results. Thank you for taking time with us, and as always, thank you for the mutual support you guys give us. It's phenomenal. You make sure that our brand is on the car all the time. You guys make sure to write on your tech cards that we're there so it gets announced on Flow. Like, we pay attention to all that. We know who does that, who doesn't, and you guys have been very good to us, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, a big thanks from the whole White Rice team, and everybody uses your products, and everybody back at the headquarters in Houston appreciates everything you guys have done for us.
I got to say, Mike Pabone, I've known Mike for all the way back to the Icon Motorsports days, which is what I believe the name of his shop was, and we've been friends that long, so it's always a treat to see Mike out too, because it's just like you just pick up where you
I've
left.
heard all the war stories. So Mike's been a diehard Nitrous Outlight guy for a long time back in his LS days, pretty much dominating. That's pretty much what he did back then.
Yeah, he did, and back then I was young too, so I was like, and the company was new, so like I was like really involved. So I talked to Mike all the time, and so some of those OG guys from whenever I worked the phones, I'm still friends with, and we still text each other and stuff. And then I don't get to talk to all of our customers anymore because there's just no way to do it. But I cherish those relationships I built from the time I was working the phones.
Yeah, it's good. It's pretty wild that we're all still here.
No doubt. So, all right. Well, good luck and go get them.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Bye.
All right, Aaron. What do we do from here? All right, you guys. You stay on. I got a treat for you.
Oops.
So we're going to switch over to. I'm going to take you down. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to walk through the shop, show you a couple of projects that's going on, but then we're going to go over orange juice, and we're going to talk about the great companies that helped us with the orange juice, what the combo is, and what the future is for that car and what's currently going on with it. So I'm really excited to share that with you. So let me get Aaron to help me switch over to this here.
Alright, so whenever you're ready, just go ahead and double tap that.
Hold on, John.
There you go. Alright, so it should be going.
Alright, and then I can still flip it out there like normal.
Yeah.
By doing what? How do I right there? Okay.
Yeah.
So can everybody hear me? I want to make sure that we got sound going this way. Is it still working through this or no?
Yeah.
I don't see no comments. Can y'all hear me?
So it should be all right there, but I don't think anybody said anything yet.
Hello. Making sure we got sound.
We're getting signal right there, so you should.
We got signal, but I had signal this weekend too. I forgot to touch base on that.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Well, let's just said yes. All right. John, thanks for.
You guys how?
All right. Thank you for jumping in and helping me with the. So John tracks everybody's results over the weekend, and he reports it to Aaron. And Aaron does all the social media. So it's very important that you guys that we work with, or even if you just want some publicity and you're not on our sponsorship stuff and you want to share your results, we love that. But John has to be told about it.
Send it over to me.
And
Let
where
me
do they
know.
send that to?
You text me, email it, or email the page, send it to Facebook page. Anyway, we can see it.
Okay, so it's important to have that data. And for my racers that are sponsored, it's very important that you're writing on your tech card that it's powered by Nitrous Outlet or Flow Supply or whatever it is. Otherwise, it don't get announced, and that's what helps us help you. So please make sure you're doing that. Please make sure you share your results, because honestly, your results, any company can beat their chest and brag about what they're going, but y'all's results are what really separates the boys from the men. So, all right, so let's do a little walkthrough here.
Yeah.
So, I am going to. Are you good?
Yeah, I was just gonna let you know I have an appointment though, so whenever you're done, you can just hit end stream right there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's.
And
that's
then
all.
it'll
You're good.
automatically save it and
Yeah.
everything. All right,
Mhm.
cool. All right, so we're gonna walk through the shop. Hey, so this weekend I tried this new thing, and it was live from the track, and I interviewed a few people who were having issues. I interviewed Tyler Hubbard, Kenny Hubbard, and then I jumped over and interviewed Louis Smith. One of these days we're gonna work past these technical issues.
Yeah.
All right, so we're having some audio issues. Bear with us. Just pushed. Do I
So
need
the
to push
audio
something
that
on
I'm
this
hearing
one?
is coming from your computer. When you leave, I can still hear the room in here.
Okay, so how do we kill it from that to go to this?
I had it on there.
Something didn't click over to this mic.
It's weird.
Bear with us. I'm sorry, people. Testing, testing. For that one, huh?
The receiver part. Use
We're gonna get this figured out one of these days.
microphone, USB camera, browser source. Try.
Melissa said, "Is the mic plugged into your phone?" It was. We just took it out, and then there's also a mic on the webcam.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's not picking it up. It was earlier when I tested it.
Can we switch to just this or no?
To Just that?
Yeah, no, it ended up killing her life. You know.
Yeah. Lights are off.
All right. Leave it on that, and I'll talk about it later. I'll do a walk around.
Gotcha.
So are we on back to that?
Yeah, we're back on that.
All right, guys, we're going to have to change the plans. Can you hear me? Melissa, how about now? Hello? Might not be able to hear nothing now.
It says we're getting a signal down there.
Hello, can anybody hear us?
Let me check on stream online.
Okay. All right, they can hear me.
Okay. Yeah.
How do I shut this down after again? So I think it was her cousin.
Where it says end stream, you'll just click that
And they made a few laps.
right here.
And that, it just ends.
Yeah, you'll just end it and then it'll take a couple seconds.
All right, so small change of plans because if I switch to this from this app, it's going to shut it off. So let's talk about OJ. So Orange Juice is being parked for 3 years, and while I was playing with Stitch, and it is a motor built by Simtech, the school. It is a 434 LS, and it has a set of CID LS7 heads that was done by Hooper Heads. Cam motion camshaft. It's a solid roller deal. It has a CID LS7 intake, and it now has 2 dry direct nitrous, obviously direct ports on it. It's got a Wilson, what is that? Their 2300 throttle body. It's a Holley EFI ignition system on the car. It's got a Power Glide with a what was that, a 156 or 158 first gear set, and it's got a Fab 9-inch that Madman put in it. It's still a torque arm car. We were racing Ultra with the car, but honestly, we just went out like once or twice a year, so it's not like we were really racing. Back then, the fastest the car went, if I remember correctly, was a 479 with a terrible driver, and never really getting the car lined out. Like, we never really got after it. This year we're backing up. We're going to test, and we're going to take advantage of the local races with it. So the car has a first gen LSX block. It has some issues. The cylinder walls have moved on it. This last time we're freshening it up, we had difficulty honing the cylinders. So we put a new set of diamond pistons in it, honed the cylinders, and whenever I picked it up, the school told me, hey, this ain't going to last long. It does have 25% leak down across all the cylinders right now. That's with it being fresh. So that's the reason we're backing up to do this 490 stuff. Wow, this is kind of cool right here. Thompson Motorsports is building a short block for it, and Carlos over Concept Engineering, something Concepts. I should know this, but it's his LSR block. Sent us an LSR block for it. Thompson built the motor in Stitch. Phenomenal motor. Never had an issue. Still going, even with me flipping the truck and bouncing it off the wall. So, whenever Kyle, I reached out to Kyle and Carlos and Kyle work together all the time. So it's a no-brainer. I'm not real sure what exactly he's building yet. I'm kind of leaving it up to him. and so then I'll take this motor out and I'll probably have the school freshen it, and we'll have 2 motors we can switch out. So I still will stay involved with the school. I love the school. I love what Judd and Judy do for the school. I love the students there. They put out some real brainiacs, and it's a really good program. So the car has a Davis traction control on it, just like Stitch does. It's got an RPM Power Glide, and then also have a Power Glide from a local transmission guy I've been working with since I was 14, 15 years old, and that's John Goebel. John takes care of anything that I need that doesn't require, one transmission is his. They both match now, and so I got 2 transmissions to switch back and forth. It's got a Pro Torque converter. It's got their U9 converter. Currently, the RPM transmission and the first U9 Pro Torque are in Stitch. I took them out last night so that I would have a backup in case the converter doesn't have the right stator in it for this week. Well, I got Madman down here working and helping us. So I went ahead and yanked out the motor too, and I dropped Stitch off at Jonathan Amador's place, which is J&M Custom Collision in Temple, and they're finishing up fixing the truck. Now the paint job that's on Orange Juice, Mark McCloskey did down at Lakeside, did a beautiful job, and I recently had it ceramic coated and in a stage 1 because, dude, I took it to Clint, and Paris said, man, the paint job on this thing is slick. It really don't need much. So that was really good, and I'm trying to remember who else I'm forgetting that's helped us with this thing. And I wish I could walk down there because I have stickers on the car that helps me. But anyway, so we're going to run this, and then whenever Kyle's team finishes the new motor, we're going to go run some of this 450 stuff. I really don't know where the car is going to fit in. We're going to be doing a bunch of no-time stuff, which I know I shouldn't be talking about the times, but I'm going to run some of the caps, and we'll see how that works out. So later on, I'm going to do a little walk around of the car, and I'll go live with that. So if you check that out, it'll be later on this afternoon. I can't walk down to do the product spotlight like I was going to, but I can tell you that our tools are on sale right now, 20% off. And we're still doing the AN wrenches, pipe, hardline benders, which ours are very unique. We built them because we do so much hardline. Flare tools, fuel flow tool, all of our tools are on sale right now. So great time to take advantage of that. Plus we're doing the gift card deal where if you buy X amount, you get another percentage back. There's 15% off on hot water baths, wraparound heaters, and bottle blankets right now. So definitely take advantage of the deals we have going because we don't really run a whole lot of deals. So right now is definitely your time to get it. Let's talk about next week. So next week at 11 Central Time, log in for WAZZUP with Nitro Dave, who will have our equipment ooze lined out by the time that we go into the next one. We'll run some tests and make sure all these softwares, and maybe ask some people that are doing this already for some guidance. So if you're watching this is something you do. Like Melissa, obviously you know a lot about it. I'm up for any guidance. We're kind of new to this. Let me see what else I'm forgetting here. Okay, so, well, it's that time to go. Catch us next week, Wednesday, at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Please follow, subscribe, share the show.